The 10 poorest countries in the world you didn't know about. 2026, a world few ever see. Imagine waking up every day, not knowing if you'll have enough food to eat. Imagine working all day, and still earning less than a few dollars. Now imagine that for millions of people around the world, this isn't temporary. It's reality. In a world filled with technology, skyscrapers, and endless opportunity, there are still countries where survival is the daily goal. Today, we're uncovering 10 of the poorest countries in the world. Places most people rarely hear about, but places that tell a much deeper story about inequality, resilience, and survival. And yet, despite how connected our world has become, some places remain forgotten in silence. These are regions where daily survival is still the biggest challenge people face. Where access to something as simple as clean water can change an entire life. Where children grow up with dreams just as big, but far fewer opportunities to reach them. It's easy to overlook these realities when living in comfort and stability. But beyond the headlines and social media, another world exists, one rarely shown. A world where every small resource matters more than we can imagine. And where resilience is not a choice, it's a necessity. These stories are not meant to shock, but to open our eyes. Because understanding these realities brings us closer to understanding humanity itself. And yet, despite how connected our world has become, some places remain forgotten in silence. These are regions where daily survival is still the biggest challenge people face. Where access to something as simple as clean water can change an entire life. Where children grow up with dreams just as big, but far fewer opportunities to reach them. It's easy to overlook these realities when living in comfort and stability. But beyond the headlines and social media, another world exists, one rarely shown. A world where every small resource matters more than we can imagine. And where resilience is not a choice, it's a necessity. These stories are not meant to shock, but to open our eyes. Because understanding these realities brings us closer to understanding humanity itself. A world few ever see, slow piano music, visuals of contrasting wealth and poverty. Imagine waking up every day, not knowing if you'll have enough food to eat. Imagine working all day, and still earning less than a few dollars. Now imagine that for millions of people around the world, this isn't temporary. It's reality. In a world filled with technology, skyscrapers, and endless opportunity, there are still countries where survival is the daily goal. Today, we're uncovering 10 of the poorest countries in the world. Places most people rarely hear about, but places that tell a much deeper story about inequality, resilience, and survival. What does poor really mean? When we talk about poverty, it's not just about money. It's about access. Access to clean water, education, healthcare, opportunities. Many of the countries on this list face challenges like political instability, limited infrastructure, economic dependence, climate vulnerability, and yet, behind these statistics are real people, real lives, and real stories. Poverty is not just about income, it's about the lack of basic human security. It means living without consistent access to food, shelter, and healthcare. It often limits education, which in turn limits future opportunities. Entire communities can remain stuck in cycles that are difficult to escape. In many cases, poverty is shaped by historical and structural challenges. Geography also plays a major role, especially in regions affected by extreme climates. Limited infrastructure can isolate communities from economic growth. And without access to global markets, development slows even further. But poverty also reveals something powerful, the strength of human endurance. Because even in the hardest conditions, people continue to hope, work, and rebuild. Madagascar, known for its unique wildlife, Madagascar is also one of the poorest nations in the world. Many communities rely on agriculture, but unpredictable weather and limited resources make survival difficult. Life here is deeply connected to nature, yet nature itself can be unpredictable. Many families depend entirely on farming for survival. When crops fail, entire communities feel the impact immediately. Access to basic healthcare remains limited in rural areas. Education is improving, but challenges still exist for many children. Despite this, local communities continue to adapt and rebuild, showing resilience in the face of hardship. Sierra Leone, rich in natural resources, yet struggling economically, Sierra Leone faces challenges linked to its history and infrastructure. Limited access to healthcare and education continues to impact daily life for many citizens. The country has valuable natural resources, yet benefits are unevenly distributed. Many communities still face challenges in accessing basic services. Economic recovery has been gradual over the years. Jobs remain limited, especially in rural regions. Healthcare systems continue to improve but face constraints. Education access varies widely across the country. In Eritrea, economic limitations and restricted development have created a difficult environment for growth. Opportunities remain limited, especially for younger generations seeking a better future. Opportunities for economic growth are still developing. Many people depend on agriculture and small-scale work. Infrastructure limitations affect daily life in many areas. Access to global markets remains restricted. Young people often seek better opportunities elsewhere. Mozambique faces repeated natural disasters, including cyclones and flooding. These events damage infrastructure and slow economic progress, making recovery an ongoing challenge. Natural disasters frequently disrupt progress. Cyclones and floods impact homes and livelihoods. Many communities must rebuild again and again. Agriculture remains the backbone of survival. Infrastructure damage slows economic growth. Access to resources can be inconsistent. Liberia. After years of conflict, Liberia is still rebuilding its economy. Many people rely on informal work, and access to services remains limited in rural areas. Recovery from past conflicts is still ongoing. Many people rely on informal work for income. Access to education is improving gradually. Healthcare services remain limited in some regions. Infrastructure development continues slowly. Niger faces extreme climate conditions, including drought and desertification. With rapid population growth and limited resources, the pressure on daily life continues to increase. Extreme climate conditions shape daily life. Water scarcity is a major challenge. Agriculture is heavily affected by drought. Population growth adds additional pressure. Resources must be carefully managed. In Malawi, many people depend on farming. But changing weather patterns and economic challenges make it difficult to achieve stability. Farming is central to most livelihoods. Weather changes directly impact food production. Economic growth faces several obstacles. Access to education is improving steadily. Healthcare remains a challenge in rural areas. Chad struggles with limited infrastructure and environmental challenges. Access to clean water and basic services remains a major issue for many communities. Harsh environmental conditions affect living standards. Access to clean water is limited in many regions. Infrastructure development is ongoing but slow. Economic opportunities are unevenly distributed. Central African Republic. Despite its natural resources, the Central African Republic faces ongoing instability. This has slowed economic development and affected millions of lives. Natural resources exist but are not fully utilized. Infrastructure challenges limit economic growth. Access to services remains inconsistent. Many communities rely on agriculture. Burundi at the top of the list is Burundi. Many people here live on extremely low incomes, with limited access to basic services. Yet even here, communities continue to work, adapt, and hope for a better future. Many people depend on farming for survival. Land resources are limited and highly used. Economic opportunities are still developing. Access to services varies across regions. Education is improving but faces challenges. The bigger picture: poverty is not just about one country. It's a global issue shaped by history, geography, politics, economics. Understanding these countries is not about comparison, it's about awareness. Final thought: these countries may be among the poorest, but they are also among the most resilient. If this video opened your perspective, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because sometimes, the stories we don't hear are the ones we need to understand the most. The reality of these countries reminds us how unequal the world can be. But it also highlights the strength and resilience of the human spirit. Awareness plays a key role in shaping a more informed and connected world.